Hey, it's Sonia with Element Strength and Fitness, and I am ready to talk dirty to you. Yeah, it's time to talk about the poop. It seems like it's the topic of discussion most often, especially when we are trying to eat more nutritious and maybe lose weight. So, allow me to start at the beginning. That is, before you actually consume food. Here is something you have to consider. You have to consider that your digestion is in the center of your body. And the way that we hold our posture matters. It truly, truly matters. So, you're sitting up straight or you're standing up straight. Your shoulders are pulled back. You are now permitting your digestion to work at its fullest function and capacity. When we hunch over or we're bending over, you're prohibiting your digestion to work properly. So first things first, when you are standing or sitting, hold yourself up. You'll automatically feel better and you're allowing your body to function better. Second thing, when you are prepping your food, you have such a benefit by food prepping to start your digestion. Your mouth starts to water, and immediately your digestion starts because it starts in your mouth. When we don't allow ourselves a little bit of time for food preparation, whether we're preparing a nice meal or it's something simple, we miss that part. Always running through a drive-through, always running to a fast food restaurant or at any restaurant, you miss that step. So it's important that you utilize your own kitchen to help your digestion. The next thing is when you sit down for that meal, eat slowly. Now, I know what you're thinking. I don't have time. Well, allow me to introduce intermittent fasting into the picture. This has absolutely changed the way that my body digests its food. It allows it time to digest food, and I'm not constantly shoveling things in. You don't have to eat 6 small meals a day. You can go longer periods without eating, and then when you are eating, you allow yourself an opportunity to enjoy your food, eating a little bit slower and pacing yourself. If you don't have time to eat, maybe that is an opportunity to investigate more about intermittent fasting so that you are not just rushing through the process. We tend to think that when we eat, our body's just going to digest it in the next 5 or 10 minutes. It's just not the case. It takes our body 24, 48, 36 hours to digest certain foods. So we need to give it a rest period. That's why at night when we're sleeping, our body is actually still digesting food, but we're giving it the opportunity to do so. The next thing is it matters what you're putting in. It matters how your body interprets those foods. One size is not going to fit all. And if you are determined to try to fit your unique body to a certain plan or program and eat certain foods that maybe your body just does not love, then you're not truly going to give it its full opportunity to digest properly and get on a routine for the go time. It is necessary that you fuel your body with the nourishment that it needs. So, if you've worked with us at all on Element Prime, we've talked about experimenting with your body. Let me elaborate a little bit about experimenting. If you're going to introduce a new food or eliminate a food, you have to give your body several days to see how it works out with that either elimination or addition. The experiment process is not going to happen within 5 minutes of eating something. You may know whether you like that food taste-wise, but you really don't know how your body is going to interpret it. Now, I'm not talking about if you're feeling sick or you've eaten something and it's food poison. I'm just talking about your normal routine. So the experimentation process is not an overnight process. There are times that you may eat an inflammatory food and within 3 or 4 hours notice that your belly is significantly bloated, you're highly uncomfortable. Well, that just means it's reacting a little quicker to that food. You know by that experiment whether you want to have that feeling again and again. So maybe that's a food to eliminate. The other thing is being on a routine is so important to your body's digestion, but not always eating the same foods over and over. It's really good to switch up your nutrition. That just means you're getting proper nutrients. If you eat the same thing at the same time every single day, you may not allow your body to have all the nutrients that it needs. I totally get it. We just want something to work and we don't want to have to think about it. But I challenge you to think about it because you're worth it and you want your body to function at its best. So it's important to invest that time in yourself. Just like my digestion is different from yours, I can't sit here and tell you a certain food to eat that's going to make you go to the bathroom. It's different for you than it is for me. I will be 100% transparent with you that I don't eat a lot of fiber. Fiber actually has been known to cause constipation. So for you people who are trying to get a ton of fiber in your diet, you might want to consider that. The other thing that I will highly recommend that is pretty much across the board, pretty much, there's always a percentage that it doesn't apply to, but hydration. If you are someone who is in congestive heart failure and you have to monitor your water intake, then this doesn't apply to you. But just for the public at large, proper hydration, that's water, is going to allow your digestion to work more fully for you so that then you can have a more pleasant experience in the bathroom. The other thing that you must consider is that you should be going once a day, preferably twice. But depending on your metabolism and your eating style, once a day may be it. But you have to get into a good, decent routine before your body can start to recognize that it has the signals and cues for you to go. You have to also consider your supplements, whether you need them or not. Magnesium is really important, and it does help with the bathroom experience, especially if you are a woman into your 40s and 50s. Typically, we are deficient in magnesium. But taking magnesium at night before bedtime does not mean that you're going to wake up the next morning and go. It takes time. So extend your body and your digestive system a little bit of grace, just a little bit. Give it some time. Stay in a bit of a routine and allow it to work for you. It may not happen overnight. But if you keep switching gears on it, high fiber, no fiber, high carb, low carb, constantly, it just absolutely cannot get on a cycle for you. So when I say routine and consistent, I just mean eating well and healthy, but not yo-yo dieting or not overloading on carbs one day. If you overload on carbs, I'm going to tell you, you may suffer a little bit of constipation. It takes the body some time and some extra fluid to get rid of all that. Red meats, they take about 3 days to fully digest through your system. So you must be patient. I know we don't want to hear that, but it's quite simply the truth. Things that you want to recognize when you do go to the bathroom is, am I going routinely? What does it look like? You're going to have an image here to look at to determine if you have some inflammation within your body. Yes, it matters what your poop looks like. But the most important thing is that you feel good, that you don't experience tons of gas. I will be the first one to tell you that has been a blessing in my life, going through Element Prime and experimenting with, for me, a higher fat, very moderate protein, very low carb diet. I just don't experience the bloat, the extra gas, the uncomfortable feeling that I used to experience. And I know what foods trigger that. So I know you want quick, easy answers, but quick, easy answers don't lead to complete resolve. So you want lasting resolve. Give yourself some time, experiment with your foods, see how they make you feel, see how your bathroom visits, yes, I want you to look at the poop, are going. And you may even need to keep a journal of this. And when I say time, I don't mean 3 days. Allow yourself maybe 3 to 4 weeks to determine what your body's response is going to be. Most often, people get discouraged after a week of healthy eating and they give up because they're either constipated or they're going to the bathroom too often. It just takes your body some time to recognize what you're going to be doing routinely. And finally, if you're not up and moving, then you truly are missing the boat on a good poop. Movement, not just bowel movement, but your body's movement, exercise, that's stimulation for you going to the bathroom. Believe me, I work in a gym. You know that it stimulates people because you can go in the bathroom and you don't have to go very far to figure out that exercise stimulates the go. So get your body moving so you can have the desired and regular movement that you're looking for.